strictly better. It's a saying across Magic reserved for cards that are just plain better than an alternative. Whether it be an instant as opposed to a sorcery, less mana, or a larger effect, the only rule is that a strictly better card has no drawbacks over an alternative. But what happens to the other card? Sure, there is a card that is the best at what it does. But what happens to the rest? What happens to the cards that are strictly worse? I'm Sam Rosenberg, and I ask you to come with me on this journey to see just how jank Magic can be. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Lightning Bolt, the most efficient burn spell in the history of Magic, and ask ourselves what happens when Wizards of the Coast needs filler. Step by step, we'll look at the cards that are just strictly worse than red for 3 damage to any target. To clarify some rules, Flame Slash, red for 4 damage to a creature at sorcery speed is not strictly worse than Lightning Bolt. Yes, it has less versatility, and yes, it isn't an instant. By all accounts, it is a worse card. But the extra point of damage loses the distinction of strictly worse. This will be a rule that might be broken given a truly marginal bonus effect on certain cards. In fact, we'll break it today. But in a case like that, it has to be fairly clear-cut in order to give it the strictly worse tag. So let's begin. Things start easy. Lightning Strike is an identical card to Lightning Bolt, except we have to pay 1 in a red instead of simply red. While this card is still strong, it is a simply worse card compared to Bolt. So what's worse than 1 red instant to deal 3 to any target? Fire Ambush makes it a sorcery, so that's a start. Now, a quick aside for what it's worth. There are several paths we could have taken back at Lightning Bolt. Collateral Damage does the same thing, but you have to sacrifice a creature. Shard Volley requires the sacrificing of a land. Shock deals 1 less damage. However, for each of these cards there are less obvious parallels, especially given that Open Fire, released in Amonkhet block, adds yet another mana to the cost of Lightning Strike. 2 in a red for 3 damage to any target at instant speed. This is where finding cards that are strictly worse becomes difficult based on the rules set out earlier. Arc Lightning gets close. However, the ability to split the damage is an upside not afforded to Open Fire. Bathe in Dragonfire provides 1 extra point of damage, so like Flame Slash, the sorcery speed doesn't counteract that upside. I'm going to be honest, I was about to give up. The burn spell I seemed to be looking for either didn't exist or was so bad it had been retroactively deleted from every Magic forum ever. Then I found it. Cleansing Screech. Okay, so it isn't actually strictly worse. It does offer 1 more point of damage, dealing 4 damage to any target. So why then am I adding it to this video? Well, to get that single point of damage you need to not only shift the speed of the card from instant to sorcery, but also pay 2 extra mana. That's right. For 4 and red, you have the privilege of dealing 4 damage to any target, provided it's your turn, and a main phase, and the stack is empty. With that, we have found the worst version of Lightning Bolt. While we did add an extra point of damage, it came at the cost of 4 generic mana and a type change to sorcery. While the Magic ecosystem needs jank like this to survive, it's cards like these that really should be removed with 1 well-placed Cleansing Screech. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Did I miss any truly atrocious burn spells? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe as it'll really help us grow this channel. Thanks again. See you next time.